Hello, my name is Teacher Bell and welcome to another episode of Tips, Review, and Tutorial from a Teacher's Perspective. So if you are one of those teachers who have hundreds of assignments to grade and give feedbacks to, please watch until the end if you want to know more about a painless way of giving feedbacks to your students. But please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so we can grow and learn together. Be discussing about how to add the video, audio, or Common Core aligned comments for grades 3 to 12. So the things you're gonna need for this are your Google Doc, Google Slide, the e-comment extension, and of course your Google Classroom. So you might be wondering, why e-comment? Why not just the regular insert comment program? One advantage is it saves time while providing efficient feedback. You can insert hundreds of Common Core aligned comments all at the same time. You can switch comment sets from grades 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, or even college. And it creates and saves your own comment sets as well. And the best part of it is it works in Google Doc, Google Slide, and Google Classroom. So the first thing we need to do is to download the e-comment extension. I will put the link below this video so you can go ahead and install it. Since I have it, if you notice, it says remove from Chrome, but if it's your first time, it should say install or add to Chrome. So once you have the e-comment installed already, the first thing you need to do is, of course, open the Google Doc or the Google Slide that you want to assign in Google Classroom. So let's take the first one. I will need to get the link for this Google Doc. So click on share, copy the link, and then we will go to our classroom, Google Classroom, create assignment. And let me just write here, reflective writing. So put the link, paste it, and add link. Instead of students can view file, go ahead and make a copy for each student so that every student will receive and be able to answer their individual copy, and then assign. So let's say you have hundreds of students who will need to do this one. Once they turn in, it's hard for us to give student feedback, but we will use the e-comment to do that. Let's check now if someone has turned that in. So one here turned in, so I can now annotate it. Let's try to annotate the doc. So let's check this one. Okay. Let me just show you the traditional way of inserting comments using the built-in comment on this Google Doc. If you highlight something, it will allow you also to comment. So let's say good job. Okay, but it's just limited to text. So let's click on e-comment. Let's turn that on. Once it turns blue, it means it's active. So if your comment is active, once you open this Google Doc, it will automatically show this one. If you want to hide this comment, you just click on this one. Let me just click this arrow so I will have space to put this one. These are the common comments that we usually put in written feedbacks. So when you go at the very bottom, you see the switch button, which will allow you to choose the grade level you are teaching. So let's choose grades 3 to 6. The best thing about e-comment is that it comes in categories. So depending on what tasks have you given or what rubrics have you given to your students, then those are the comments that you will be inserting. You have here writing format and standard. So if you are looking for spacing, titles, margins, then you go ahead and use this comment set. Now you also have easy structure and content. So if you want them to put introduction, opinion, the purpose, details, or evidences, and you need not worry, by the way, about memorizing what these are for, because as soon as you hover onto each comment, it tells you what the comment is about. Sentence formation and writing style. You have the word choice if you want them to be more specific, and it also comes with reading skills and language skills. And if you are into grammar and sentence structures, you can also use this part: punctuation, capitalization, quotation. Let's say you return the first draft. When you send it back to them, you can add the end comments here. So like revise if they still need to revise, strengthen, connects, and many more. And the good part is there are some comments that are specific to some subjects, like for science, math. So if you want to add those comments, you can add here. So add category, let's say math comments, add, and then how did you arrive at this answer? Now I want to abbreviate it as solution or solve. Then save. So you can use as many categories as you want. So let's try to add one. Okay, let's say this one. I noticed that those are run on sentences, so I'm gonna go ahead and find. There are some students who are not into reading comments. So there's another way of giving comments other than typing it. Let's highlight on this one, and then let's add an audio comment. Okay, start recording. Henry, I want you to add more details onto this one. Okay, stop recording, and then it will allow you to play back first before you save it. So if you want to save it to your doc or you want to save it to your e-comments menu, then you can do that. But since this is more specific to one student, so I will not save it to the comments menu. Save it to doc or your slide if you are checking a slide task. You can also add your video comment. So let's try that one. I think this is a more interactive way of communicating with your students because they actually see you like how you do it on your face-to-face learning. So let's start. Okay, now Henry, I want you to add more details to this part of your work, and I'll be looking forward to checking it again. So stop, and then it will also give you the option to play it back before you save it or save it to your menu. I forgot to include this, but let's say you don't want to use these common comments, you can always add your specific comments. And there is an option here that says speech to text, meaning instead of you typing it, you can just talk and then it will type. Henry, I want you to add more details to this one. But it's just not too accurate. Once you are done editing this, you can just save it. And end the text to speech. Now I'm going to show you how this will look at the student's end. So let's turn this to the student. Return. So this is his work. And once the student opens the returned task, it will look like this. Now let me hide this. By the way, if the student also has this extension on his computer, then he can also insert some comments, but I would not recommend for them to install this on their computer so that they won't be playing around with this one. Even if they're not familiar with this one, the instruction is also here for them. Click to listen to an audio comment or click to watch a video comment. So remember, this is the student's view. Let's try the audio.
Okay, let me try.
There you go. So that's how it looks like on their student's view. So let's try the video. Once you click on this one, it will bring you to another page. Now that is the only downside for the audio and video comment. It brings the student to another tab. If they don't have a player, they won't be able to watch it as soon as they click it, but they have the option to download it. So once it's downloaded, you save it and they'll be able to watch it.
Okay, now Henry, I want you to add more details.
So this is the video comment that I have put in one of the parts of his written task. And once they are done, they can turn it back in. So turn in, and the teacher should receive this file again. You can also do it in Google Slides. So let's just look at this one. So it's the same process, just like how we showed the Google Doc earlier. Remember, as soon as you open this and your e-comment is activated, it automatically pops out. Now, if you want to hide it, click on this one, show it, show. And then click on this so you will have space for this one. Since this is a drag and drop task, you may go ahead and add a science category. So add category, so science, add, and I want to use the shortcut as wrong. It means this label is in the wrong position. So since I'm going to be using these comments in checking the other students' work as well, then I will save it here in my menu. Highlight their responses here and then add the comment, which is this one. Then you can add that. Okay, so it should show here this label is in the wrong position. So you can add audio, video, and screencast comment can also be added using this icon. So Google Doc and Google Slide have the same process of adding these comments. At first, it looks very overwhelming because of too many comments, but if you get a grasp of all this one, it will be as efficient as just like eating your ice cream. So if you are ready, you may download the e-comment extension for Google Chrome down below the description. Have a great day. Bye-bye.